Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So what we're going to be talking about today is a subscriber actually sent me a technical safety bulletin for the Ford F-150. Now this is concerning a problem that I had with one of my F-150s. It's actually one of the videos that has like 260,000 views on my channel. That video went astronomical on views. But there is a lot of people in that video that called me liar, said that never happened to my truck. They said this could never happen. I even had one guy that claimed that he was a Ford technician and said there was no way that my truck could do that. And all kinds of stuff like that. Now, I also had a lot of other people that agreed with the video. They also had said they had the same experience. And I want to tell you that this is more of like a warning video or a safety video, a precaution video, something like that. So please watch the entire video so that you see what's going on with these trucks and what can happen. And I'll tell you what I did when it happened to my truck, and maybe that can help keep somebody safe, maybe even save a life. I don't know. But these trucks have a big issue. In my opinion, it is a huge safety risk, and be very, very careful. So I got this technical safety bulletin. It is on Auto Service Professional. Right here is the website. So I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read to you what it says, and it says the Ford F-150 stumble. That's exactly what I talked about in my other video, but let's get on with this, and then I'll tell you, like I said, what I think about it and what I did when this happened to my truck. And like I said, maybe it could help save a life or help keep someone from getting injured pretty badly. So this says, and oh yeah, this was put out on March 25th of 2019, which was Monday. So this is a very up-to-date technical service bulletin. Some 2013 Ford F-150 trucks built on or before 9/18 of 2012 and equipped with a 3.5 liter gasoline turbocharged direct injection EcoBoost engine may exhibit an intermittent stumble and or misfire on hard acceleration after an extended drive at highway speeds during high, humid, or damp conditions. Now, I want to say this right now. This is exactly what I said I experienced in my video that people said never happened. It has to be under the right conditions. Now, just because you've not experienced this in your truck may mean that you've not been in exactly the right conditions. Let's go back to this. It says hard acceleration after an extended drive at highway speeds during humid and or damp conditions. Now, when I noticed this the most, I would be driving over 4 hours, let's say. The first time this happened, I was driving back from Nashville. It was very, very hot and very foggy. I mean, it was foggy enough I was having to run my windshield wipers, and I went to pass a tractor and trailer, and trunk went in limp mode, just nosedive, started jerking and misfiring, and I thought, what is going on with my truck? I mean, the truck didn't even have like, I can't remember exactly how many miles on it, but it was pretty low miles because the truck didn't have that many miles on it when I traded it for this truck. But it was jerking and missing, and it freaked me out because I didn't know what was going on. I thought something really bad was wrong with the truck, and little did I know, something was pretty bad wrong with the truck. But the second time this happened, I was coming back from Florida, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this here in a minute, but I was coming back from Florida. It was during Hurricane Irma, raining cats and dogs, hit the throttle, truck went into limp mode, did the same thing again, nosedive, a tractor and trailer behind me, almost jackknife trying to get stopped, because when this happens, your brake lights don't come on because you've not hit your brakes. The truck just nosedives and just goes from 70 or 80 down to 30 into limp mode with no warning at all, and the people behind you, luckily, they didn't hit me. It was a tractor and trailer, and it didn't hit me. And then it happened again later on, but there wasn't nobody behind me then. So luckily enough, the first time it happened and the last time it happened, there wasn't nobody behind me. But the one in between, we could have had a very, very serious injury. So let's get on with the rest of this article. It says, ensure that all DTCs are addressed prior to performing the service procedure. If DTC 40430 is present, replace the left-hand catalytic converter. Now, I did know this was a possibility. I was told this, I can't remember, I think it was by the dealership. I can't remember, but I remember being told about this. And I think this happens if you hold the throttle down too long. I think you can damage the catalytic converter and or possibly the turbo. I'm not sure about the turbo, but I did know about the catalytic converter. But it seems like someone told me that you could damage the turbo also. But that's I think that's if you hold the throttle down too long, which I didn't. As soon as I felt that on mine, I let off of it and I was like, what in the world is going on with this truck? Then it says, refer to the workshop manual section 309-00 if DTC P0430 is not present. Install a new charge air cooler. Refer to workshop manual section 303-12. And then it goes on to give some part numbers for the charge air cooler, the push pin, which it takes 2, catalytic converter assembly, and then the nuts, because it also takes 2 of those. And that's what this article says. Now let's get on with this a little bit further. So the reason, all right, what happens is the intercoolers, what I was told by the dealership, the intercoolers run too efficiently and they condensate in this hot, humid condition. Then it gets water in the bottom of the intercooler from the condensation. When you drop down a gear to pass somebody, and you know it gears down and you're under hard acceleration, it sucks that water up into the engine, throws it into limp mode. Now that's what I was told, like I said, from the dealership, and they told me what causes it. Now, the first time this happened, like I said, I was coming from Nashville, and it was under really hot, not raining, it was just really foggy, but really, really foggy. And they glued a piece of metal onto the bottom of my intercooler to seal off the bottom of it so it wouldn't get air in it. Now, they said this was so the intercooler wouldn't run as efficiently. It would run hotter and cause that water to condensate, or not condensate, but to evaporate, and I wouldn't have that issue with it. Now, I understood how that was supposed to work, and like I said in the other video, I didn't like that. I thought that was a Band-Aid fix, and I didn't like it. Well, you know, fast forward a year or two later, I hadn't been in those same conditions. I cannot stress that just because your truck has not done this does not mean it won't. You have to be in exactly the right conditions. We were coming back from Florida, and that's when it did it 2 more times, like I spoke about earlier in this video, and that was with the fix on it. I had the metal piece on the bottom that was with the fix. When I took it back, I don't think my dealership had ever seen it happen again with that fix on it. And Ford also said that they didn't find a problem with the truck. They said the truck was good, no issues, to come pick it up. Now, I took them at their word. I took them that truck was good and didn't have any issues. So when I picked the truck up, I didn't trust it, but they said it was good. I'm just saying Ford said it was good. And I told them there I would not have that truck much longer, and that's why that I'm sitting in a Platinum Edition Tundra right now. Now, when I told them I wasn't going to have that truck much longer, they kind of snickered at me, and that's fine. They can laugh all they want to, because I've got a video out with 250,000 views on it. But I love my Tundra. I think the Tundra is a more reliable vehicle. Now, the EcoBoost does have more power. I do have to say that. But I think the Tundra is a more reliable vehicle. Now, what should you do if you experience this? If you experience this in your truck, if it does that and it just nosedives and goes into limp mode, let off the throttle. Like I said, if you just hold it in the throttle, it's just going to keep jerking. The truck's going to keep misfiring. You're possibly going to cause some kind of damage to the engine or your exhaust system or something like that. But immediately, as fast as you can, get onto a shoulder. Because, you know, you never know who's behind you, and like I said, they have no warning. If you're in these conditions for a long period of time, like I said, 3 to 4 hours, kind of pay attention to who's behind you as well. After this happened to me, I noticed that if I was in a rainy, humid condition, I really started paying attention to who was behind me and how close they were following me. If they were following me pretty close, I tried not to just get mad or just floor it and get out from underneath them. I'd just pull over another lane and let them go on, because I knew if I tried to run out from underneath them or something like that, I could possibly go into limp mode, and then they could possibly rear end the back end of my truck. Now, would that damage me? I don't know. It depends on what was behind me. Tractor and trailer was behind me one time, that most certainly would have damaged, hurt me. But now, if a sensor is behind you, it could possibly really, hurt the people in that other car. So just be aware of the people that's behind you, and like I said, get off the road as quickly as possible. Now, that being said, if you do that, you can get back on the road. Just accelerate gently. You can pull back on the road. After this happened to me both times, I was able to get back up to 70, 80 mile an hour. I drove all the way home from Georgia with no problems, as long as I did not hit full acceleration. As long as I kept it half, 3/4 throttle and eased into it whenever I did it, my truck ran fine, and I brought it on to Tennessee from Georgia and back home from Nashville, and didn't have any more issues. So you can still drive the truck, or at least in my experience, I could still drive the truck. Just be very gentle with the throttle, ease into it, and then take it to your local dealership or your mechanic or whoever that may be to get that fixed as soon as possible. Now, I do want to say, I've had a lot of people say, just drill a hole in the bottom of your intercooler. Again, to me, that's a Band-Aid. That may fix it. I shouldn't have to drill a hole in the bottom of my intercooler. That would have voided the warranty on my truck. Ford should have fixed that to begin with, or had a fix for that when they knew it was an issue. There's a lot of people on the internet with this problem that are drilling holes in the bottom of their intercoolers, so you can't tell me Ford did not know about this with that many people drilling holes in the bottom of their intercoolers. So there again, this right here proves that I wasn't lying when I told my story in the other video, and I'm not lying now. I can only tell you all about the experiences with my truck. I can't tell you all about the experiences in your trucks, because I don't know what kind of experiences you've had. I've had a lot of people tell me they've had bad experiences with Fords. I've had a lot of people tell me they've had good experiences with Fords. But this is my experience with Fords, and both of them were terrible. Again, if you own one of these trucks, be very careful. Be aware of your surroundings and the conditions you're driving in. I can't stress that enough. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends, if they own one of these trucks, to check out this video so they know to be aware of this. Or if you don't want to tell them to check out the video, at least tell them what to be aware of, so that their safety is the first priority. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.